Yay! Okay, so hi. This is my video for AP Line Social Issues project on pornography, and this is my rhetorical analysis section where I talk about rhetorical devices and their effectiveness used in two pieces of media that I consumed for this project. So, number one, Ordeal by Linda Lovelace. It was an autobiography written by the now ex-porn star from the golden age of porn, the 1970s. It's basically her life and her experiences during the 7 years that she was in the porn industry, and also the prostitute industry. Right, so in this book, Linda has, she has a pretty solid ethos, I would say, as far as credibility, because she experienced it, and I would think that most autobiographies and memoirs and such have pretty good credibility, because they lived it. It's their own feelings, their own recollections. There's no corruption in it. It's just what they put down. So it's pretty. I mean, you shouldn't just always take it as at face value, but pretty good as far as how credible she is about what she's writing about. Also, I also would say you do get, as far as good-willed, she's pretty good on that, because I think just by reading her experience, like reading about her experiences and how horrific they were, you just you sympathize a lot. And a lot of times, when she gets to something that was really difficult to talk about, she'll be like, this is really hard, she'll be like, this is really hard for me to talk about, or this is really hard for me to remember, but I remember every detail, and it's important that you know every detail, because most of the details were pretty horrific, and they're kind of what made the book so effective. But yeah, I think when she shows how hard it is for her to remember, to be recalling some of the things that she does talk about, but she does it anyways because she wants it to be as authentic as possible, I think that shows some goodwill. And pathos, kind of the same, because what she's talking about is so personal and so horrifying. Like the whole book is kind of just a big pathos mush. Like you're sad all the time because she's depressed and has anxiety and a bunch of other lots of other horrible crap happening to her. And every time she tries to escape, and then she doesn't, and not until I think it was her third try, but each time you're just like, not again. And just like pretty much every 5 pages maybe. Hi, kitty. Every 5 pages or so, there's some horrible new event that she's being put through, and it's just kind of a roller coaster of, oh god, what's that, or what's happening now, and it's basically just a whole bunch of emotions for Linda, because reading about it and actually thinking that, oh my god, this happened to her, is pretty, get pretty invested. So good job with pathos. And so yeah, I think her writing style is really effective, because especially because she's not a really advanced, writer of prose And I mean, I don't think she was educated a lot after her. I think she finished high school, yeah. But like, it's not like she had this extensive amount of, like, she never went to grad school or anything. You know, like, she was just kind of regular. And I think that comes out in her writing, because, you know, it's not like this spectacular syntax and diction. It's really, it's like she wanted. I don't remember the year she wrote it, but it was quite a few years after she had gotten out of the business. But I think it just really feels like she just had to like sit down and just wrote it out, like if she was just like telling it to someone, like if she was telling it to a friend. It just, and I think that really works. Just you feel like you're friends with Linda by the end, because she's just like, she shares everything, like I said. And so yeah, I think her writing style, like, just really the like simplistic, this is how it is, here's what happened. I think that's really effective. So on to my second one, or my second piece of media, which was a documentary entitled Adult Entertainment, Disrobing an American Idol. This was a documentary. It was the guy who the guy who hosted it. He sort of had a couple things going on. There was he had a study going on with two guys who he got to participate. One was single, one was married, and they were both exposed to the same amount of pornographic media for a week. No, sorry, for a month. Yeah, 4 weeks. And then he had another thing where he just sort of got a lot of officials, a lot of psychologists, medical people, psychological people, all the everyone. He just had everyone, and the whole shebang, and just sort of got different different perspectives on pornography in general and its effects, its societal effects. And so for ethos, very strong, I would say. For as far as credibility, they were pretty unbiased. I mean, some of the stuff, I don't know, some of the stuff how they presented it, you could be like, oh yeah, I can sort of see where they lean, but that could just be me. So I think objectively, they definitely had people from both sides, like pretty good equal representation, and so yeah, I think as far as credibility goes, it's like way up there, because they really weren't biased either way. They had both sides equally. They didn't have their own input. It was just like, you get that with some documentaries, like you're like, okay, you're trying to make me think this one way. But no, I think they had both of them, and they're just like, here's what everyone's got, and you can make up your own mind in the end. And Logos, also very strong, because they had tons of statistics, and plenty of they referenced a bunch of other studies that had been made. They referenced another study that was being made at the same time that was sort of the same thing that they were doing with their own two guys, but on a larger scale, and they shared all that data. And there was just a lot of stats, a lot of different experiments from years past, and the stuff that was happening at the time that it was made. And I feel like it was 2004, but I might be wrong on that. But I think it was like early mid 2000s. But so yeah, a lot of facts, a lot of just solid, here's what's going on kind of stuff. Like I said, like with the ethos, they weren't trying to show things or like make one thing appear more appealing. It was, for the most part, it was pretty solid, pretty equal for both points of view. And then for pathos, they had, I think having their own two guys for the study that they were conducting, I think for the one guy that was married, and as you sort of watched his relationship with his wife kind of start up here, then yeah, I think that added a pretty good emotional appeal, because for one, you felt really bad for the girl or the wife, and you kind of hated the other guy, but you know, maybe you didn't. Maybe that was just me. But yeah, I think having the individual experiences with the two guys added to the emotion, since it was a pretty, I think besides that, it was kind of an sort of an unemotional look. Actually, no, I take that back. I was thinking more about the facts. But the people who they brought in, like they had some really influential feminist leaders, and they had a porn star come in and talk, and I think specific people who came in were very pretty impassioned about what they were talking about, and not only were they passionate, they were also very educated. So you sort of got the logos tied in with the pathos, because you could really tell that they cared about it, and that sort of made you, depending on whether you agreed with them or not, you would either get excited and impassioned also, or you would get like, you're being dumb. But both strong emotions, and so yeah, you would sort of find your own people to connect with. I think everyone who watched that, as long as you have some opinion on porn, or maybe if you were shaping your opinion on porn in it while you were watching it, you have someone who you kind of, you're like, yeah, I like how you think. So there was that sort of attachment, and yeah, I think their style, the style, I guess, of the documentary, they pulled it off well. I mean, it was supposed to be a pretty much objective take on pornography in America, and sort of, since it's disrobing, they were kind of like, you know, revealing darker sides, but also showing defenses to those darker sides. So yeah, I think they were just trying to show how it is from how both sides see it, and depending on what your opinion was starting or throughout the movie, I think it came across well. Yeah. I think their whole point was just kind of informational, and then you kind of do what you want with it. And I think they pulled it off. So, yeah. That's my rhetorical analysis for my social issues project. I hope you liked watching me talk for 13.5 minutes, Miss Carls. I am very, very sorry. Okay, bye.